E aí, pessoal, sejam bem-vindos a mais um episódio da Mavuika aqui no Genshin. Vamos entrar aqui no Bully Malhoco. Ai, ai. Futuramente vão ter o nosso também, que dá pra editar. Quem quiser adicionar, o RT tá aqui, tá? Mas por enquanto deixa no mundo fechado, tá? Quando eu gravo, eu deixo o mundo fechado.
Youngsters, this is where this old woman keeps all her things. Quickly now, go fetch that bell.
Oh, that sounds like Granny's voice.
Okay.
This is our teapot? What's going on?
Oh dear, so many cobwebs. It seems I really haven't cleaned it in a long while.
Did you notice? The cobwebs were made of elemental energy. How long has it been since Granny last swept this place?
É? Tchauzinho. Ember, por favor. Ok. Por aqui.
You know, with such a special teapot and the cleansing bell, do you think this old Granny could also be an adeptus?
Opa, cuidado. Ah, não! Não. Como assim? Caiu no vão. Ah, não, vai se ferrar. Que isso? O vãozinho, meu Deus. Que tristeza é essa? Só me parar pra me coçar aqui um pouquinho.
Hyman's more and more convinced that she's an adeptus. But don't they all live in Julian Karst? Why would she stay in the city?
Burn it down! Try it!
Congelou.
Light up the blazing sun! Try and stop me!
Ok.
How many levels does this teapot have? It would be nice if we had one of these too.
Vamos
Or
ter.
at least we wouldn't have to camp outside.
Sim, purificador.
You found it. Youngsters are so quick on their feet. Oh, now, let me... All right.
KO. Ah, foi fácil até. Foi fácil. Só teve aquela queda do nada que eu não entendi por que aconteceu.
Oh, in and out in no time. You youngsters really are quick. An adeptus. Oh, I haven't heard anyone say those words in earnest for a long time. As to whether I am one or not, child, surely you already understand.
Hyman kinda knows what you mean, but is also kinda confused. Are you really giving us the bell just like that, Granny? Don't you think it's weird? Something's just happened to Rex Lapis and then we come running up asking for it?
Oh, don't be silly. Liyue Harbor has been through a great deal in its history. In that time, it has seen the departure of countless adepti. But no matter what, we have always performed the rite of parting first before any other matters. To cry, Catch the murderer at the top of one's lungs, but ignore the rite of parting. That, to me, is what is wrong-headed. Now that you have come to borrow the bell, I guess that perhaps an old friend of mine has finally decided to take matters into their own hands. So, why would I be unwilling to lend you the bell?
Hey! It belongs to Granny! We're supposed to return what we borrow!
Exatamente.
Oh, let you keep it. You really are a frank child. If you want it, you can keep it. But this bell gets homesick sometimes. Who knows? It might find its way back into these old hands. Well, you must have things to do. Since you have the bell, you should return. Oh, and do tell the person who sent you that if they have time, they can come over for tea. I don't have much to offer, but you can always count on an old lady for a pot of tea.
We will. Thanks, Granny.
Mais uma conquistinha. Ok. Bem, por enquanto ainda estamos em 50, faltam mais 110. Most! Vamos pegando essas coisinhas aqui, por que não? Vai, Zangu.
Indeed, this is the cleansing bell. It's in good condition. Let's place the perfume we've prepared inside. Of course. How would I know that the bell was with her otherwise?
That's suspicious. But if you don't want to talk about it, we won't pry. Oh, yes, that old granny asked us to tell you something. If you have the time, you can come over for tea. I don't have much to offer, but you can always count on an old lady for a pot of tea.
That tone does not suit you. Still, her teapot is indeed very good. There are none better for brewing tea. When a suitable time arrives, I'll bring a spot of fine tea and pay her a visit.
So what's the next step in our preparations?
Next, we need to purchase kites.
Ooh, Paimon loves kites! Are you taking us kite flying? Is this our break time?
No. Kites are children's toys, yes. But they also play various symbolic roles in Liyue's rituals. I will explain it to you. But our next course of action should probably be to purchase the kites first.
Oh, sure. Curiouser and curiouser.
Vamos nós mais uma vez.
Rise with the sun! Full throttle!
É só a altura que fica, gente. Meu Deus. Eu acho que só a Chasca mesmo que iria dar pra fazer essa altura toda.
Ah, sir, you're here. The 7 kites you asked for have been made to order. Would you like to take them now?
Yes, thank you.
It's rare to see customers who want to buy this type of kite nowadays. In the early days, we used to get orders from people of all walks of life.
Well, this is Mr. Zhang Li from the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, so he's probably well-versed in all these walks of life. We've talked about a whole bunch of things while traveling with him. He seems to know Liyue's favorite topics, money and government, really well, but he likes talking about less useful topics instead.
Well, that's because I prefer to share fun things with you.
Children's toys are very fun things, that's for sure. I enjoy watching the children at play as much as anyone else, but there is more to it than that. Finely crafted toys are well loved by children, but this craft itself has been honed over thousands of years, and there is meaning behind that. I have made kites in Liyue for 40 years, and I am intimately familiar with the forms passed down from my ancestors. The meaning of these 7 kites is far from banal.
Indeed. These are decorations used in the rite of parting. The 7 kites represent the 7.
I took the liberty of coloring outside the lines when doing the insignia of the Animo Archon. As for the kite that honors the Geo Archon, one must follow the contract given right down to the last letter. These patterns are ancient, and you can also find them in the Golden House.
Ah, Paimon's heard that name before. Huh?
The design of this kite displays a firm grasp on the cyclicality and eternity so dear to the Electro Archon. These markings of tree and leaf pay due honor to wisdom and the passage of time. All this on a single kite. Truly astonishing. Justice flows across the surface of the waters. War rages like a flame. As does that which the Cryo Archon once... Yes. These details are masterfully done.
The compliments of a learned man truly are pleasant.
Well then, Granny Shan, I shall take these back with me. As for the payment...
Well, allow me.
Hey, it's Child!
No way. I was just passing through. I see Mr. Zhongli's the same as ever. When paying, well, when getting others to pay for him, he neither looks at the price tag nor his wallet. He knows a great deal about money, and about the trials of the common man. He just doesn't consider poverty to be something that could ever happen to him. Or perhaps you could say that he cannot imagine himself lacking money.
How has he not died of hunger yet?
Child, you are as fond of jokes as ever. Well then, since we've purchased our kites without incident, there's no need to take a break before moving to the next step in our preparations. The rite of parting requires helping hands as well as materials. We should be able to find some people near the harbor.
Oh, by the way, take this bag of money. You probably won't want to let Zhongli do the bargaining, if you know what I mean. Seems I missed out on some interesting information. I suppose I'll just have to find a more opportune moment next time.
Try your luck betting on Jade?
Ok, vamos aqui.
Don't be shy.
Oh, help? Sure. I, Tick, always put in 100% effort into everything I do. Of course, there'll be a premium if you want me to give 110%. So what's the job?
Let me see. We are still missing some wooden implements over at Yujing Terrace. They aren't uncommon objects, so I didn't make any special preparations for them.
No problem. That'll be 20,000 mora for a single trip. How does that sound?
Done.
Não sei quanta gente tem, mas se o cara falou que vai fazer uma vez só, paga os 20 mil já tá bom.
Oh, you're a straight shooter, huh? We have a deal.
Ok, quanto dinheiro a gente tem aqui nessa brincadeira? Opa, tem um aqui. Os próximos a gente tenta barganhar. Dormamos, eu vim barganhar.
A full day of odd jobs at Eugene Terrace. No problem. 25,000 per day. A fair trade, yes?
Whoa, that's expensive. Could you give us a bit of a discount on account of the whole Hero of Mondstadt thing?
Hero of Mondstadt? Never heard of them.
Well, you may never have heard of this hero, but it seems you've heard of Mora nonetheless. Thus, I will simply pay the whole sum.
Ó, se o outro tá cobrando 20 mil, eu vou cobrar 20 mil desse cara aqui também. Pô, desgraça. Nossa, nós temos só 30 mil, então... Caraca, nós temos 30 mil? Então vamos cobrar... Ó, vamos ser legal. Não, por dia. Não. Você vai receber 10 mil por dia. Seu desgraçado. Que vai que dura mais de um dia, né? Opa, já passou demais. Eita. Até 4. Não, ainda tá aqui. Vai, 9.550. Caraca. Tá bom, aí esse aqui tá bom.
That's too little. Hardly a fair price.
Ok, 10 mil e pouquinho.
That's too little. Hardly a fair price.
Então tá, 15 mil. Minha oferta final é 15 mil. 15 mil, cento e pouquinho.
That's too little. Hardly a fair price.
Tá bom, você leva os 20 mil. Aqui, tá bom?
This price will do. No loss to me for a day's work.
Ok, vamos ter que doar o resto aqui pro Toya aqui.
Hiring help? Sure. But let me just say first that I'm a reserve member of the Adventurers Guild. I take adventuring commissions, but I don't do anything clerical.
Adventure? Venturing into the mountains to capture a few crystal flies seems adventurous enough.
Eh? That's not hard. Almost a bit too easy for a reserve adventurer. Nah, never mind. I'll only charge you 15,000 Mora. What say you?
A most fair price.
This is all you've got? Then no can do. Child? No. He's putting up the money? Still, no. Wouldn't that mean that I have to make 2 trips rather than 1? How about this? Let's make a trade. I'll take what you're offering right now, and... get me a piece of iron ore. I'll take that as payment to go see that child person. What do you think?
Guess we've got no choice.
A gente passou muito dos limites.
Have you brought the goods? This is good ore. As an adventurer, one must have a trusty weapon by one's side. This'll work. Once I've finished, I will go and claim my payment.
Mas é o Child, a gente pode extorquir ele.
Light it up!
All finished then? Splendid. Any leftover cash is yours to keep. A favor for the Fatui should never go unrewarded.
You think you can buy us off with some loose change? No way! Paimon demands to know when the next payment is coming.
Well, how does this sound? You give me the information I need, and maybe I'll leave the Northland Bank's vaults open and unattended for half an hour.
What info do you need?
De jeito nenhum.
Huh. Does that mean you know what he's after? Yikes! You're right! Signora!
You both need to calm down. I don't know what's gotten into you. Just what is this about? The atmosphere got so tense all of a sudden.
Next, we need some everlasting incense. For this, we need to go to Boo Boo Pharmacy, the finest pharmacy in all of... Is everything okay?
Everything is fine. I was just informing them that they need not return the surplus Mora. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be going.
Paimon definitely felt like Child wasn't happy with us just now.
Vamos lá. Dá tempo de mais um pouquinho, né, gente?
Full throttle! Rise with the sun!
Huh. The reception is deserted. And it seems kinda spooky in here. Hello? Is anybody there?
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Huh? Did you hear that? Where did it come from?
The reception, it seems.
How about you go check it out, and Paimon will bring up the rear.
Já sei quem é, então. Olha a fofinha aí. Como as pessoas conseguem odiar essa coisa tão fofinha?
Oh, there you are. But you can't even reach the counter. Joke's on you. Paimon floats, so height is no restriction. Anyway, there's something weird about this one over here. What's the talisman doing on her forehead? It can't be. She's a zombie.
Não, não é zumbi.
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy. I am Chi-Chi. Once upon a time, Chi-Chi died. Then, Chi-Chi was saved by the Adepti. Now, Chi-Chi is a zombie.
Mas não é zumbi. Não é zumbi. A tradução real é vampiro saltador chinês. É que ia ficar muito longo, então reduziram pra zumbi.
Something like this would be unimaginable in Mondstadt.
Está errado sim.
Hello, little girl. Do you sell everlasting incense here?
Excuse me, sir. Did you bring your prescription?
Surely no prescription is needed to purchase everlasting incense. It's not a controlled substance.
Chi-Chi can get your medicine, but only if you show Chi-Chi your prescription. These are Chi-Chi's orders from Chi-Chi.
Zombies are limited to acting within the confines of their orders. And somehow in this case, the zombie issues her own orders to herself. My dear Chi-Chi, we didn't bring a prescription, I'm afraid. But we do hope that you can still help us find some everlasting incense.
Okay then.
How did you manage that?
But Chi-Chi helps you. You help Chi-Chi. Only fair.
Since when do customers need to do favors for customer service staff?
Never mind. Just think of it as a peer-to-peer transaction. That way everybody wins. Sometimes in Liyue, the art of the deal is simply about victory via mental gymnastics.
Go to Mount Tianheng, find the Guizhong Ballista, and hunt a cocoa goat. Please and thank you.
Guizhong Ballista. I have heard of this device before. It's a kind of crossbow turret, installed on Mount Qinheng by an adeptus in the distant past. An early mechanical device. Located in Qinheng Pass, it was designed to automatically fire at large monsters, protecting Liyue from external threats.
Mr. Zhongli really knows Liyue inside out.
Apparently not quite. This is the first I have ever heard of the cocoa goat.
The Coco Goat is a legendary animal, an adeptabeast.
Did you want to add anything else, or...?
No, just that the Coco Goat is a legendary animal, an adeptabeast. What it looks like, don't know. Where to find it, don't know either.
Very well then. Let's start by investigating near the Guizhong Ballista. Perhaps we will find some clues.
Essa vai ser... Esse eu lembro.
What the heck is a Coco Goat?
A gente vai ter que fazer um rolê aleatório sem necessidade. Ok, não tem parte mais próxima, a gente não tem. Bom, tudo bem. Vamos ter que ir a pé até lá e parar o episódio depois, é isso?
Burn it down!
Vrum, vrum, gente. Aí. Ah, deve estar lá em cima. Não vale a pena agora não. Na verdade não vale agora. Mas provavelmente vai ter algum inimigo pra bater aqui. É, até que não tá tão longe. Estranho. Não vamos transformar para dois inimigos apenas, né? Igualzinho.
Something to add to my collection.
Pelo menos mais um pouquinho de combate. Ah, vai, vamos tentar encontrar. Pelo menos aqui não tá. Ah, deve ser subindo ali. Então vamos subir. Ah, tá de zoeira, né, Mavuika? Sobe. É. Deve ser ali. Mas eu acho que eu vou terminar. Eu vou dar só mais uma bisoiada aqui pra ver se tem mais. Antes de ativar o modo combate, né? Vamos parando por aqui. Vamos dar uma glória a Titi e até o próximo vídeo.